Hey, Julie. Oh, I can't hear you.
Help if I would unmute myself.
There you go.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Monday Night Domain. Sorry about that. I did not unmute myself after the video ended. But I hope everyone's having a great start to their week. Dad, how's it going? What do you got there?
Hula Shark. Hula
Hula
Shark
Shark.
is here. My daughter gave me this as a
I can do
present.
that.
So, all right.
I spent about an hour on the phone with to some tech support today trying to figure out how to make my video sync up because this is quite literally one of the most frustrating things in the entire universe, and it still hasn't worked. So it's not for lack of trying, friends, and I'm so sorry.
Gotcha. Well, I'm happy that I can see you and that everyone else can see you. And you have a great smile on your face, which runs counter to most people today in the digital investing landscape. This
I have.
weekend was the sky is falling, fear-based. There's an indicator for the stock market and for assets called the VIX, and it says how volatile are things. So it's kind of like a mood ring for what's going on, and it's been about a 6, and over the weekend it went to 70. So
Oh,
yeah, so people went crazy, billions of loss. Crypto went crazy. Everything in crypto went down. Bitcoin went from what 70,000 2 weeks ago to 50,000, 53, 48. People were talking. I mean, it was just, and then it got a little bit better today. But yeah, very big day today. I almost wanted to call it like a Black Friday, which was a famous term in stocks in crypto. But those that have been around for crypto, they're like, oh, this happens all the time. So anyway.
true. No, I saw some things on Twitter about essentially people, the sky is falling, the sky is falling. So do you think because everyone thinks the sky is falling and they're trying to sell and get out, do you think now's a good time to buy?
No, I think we went straight past that. We went straight past you thinking that you could control what was happening to you just being afraid and saying, sell everything I have for whatever price you can get now. And because it's just you and your computer, you and your mouse, you and your smartphone, you see your wallet and say you start the day and it's 3,150 and then it's 2,640. And you're like, well, that's okay. If it gets back to 3,000, I'll be happy. And then it's 2,300. It's 1950. It's 1,650. It's 1,400. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so you stop thinking about like, how am I gonna, how am I gonna trick the system or whatever? And you're just like, get me out.
Yeah.
And so that's
Do
what
we think
happened.
it's going to stay like this?
Well, what happens though is it doesn't stay like that, but the damage has been done. Almost
Mm.
like in a relationship, say,
I don't
someone
want to talk about
cheats,
negative relationships. I'm in a
someone
happy.
cheats on someone or someone, and they don't just say, "Oh, we're back together." It's like the damage has been done. So once you've seen your crypto go down 40% in 3 days, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All of a sudden you never look at it the same way again. So it takes a while for you to regain that trust. Now, if it just would have been a glitch or an error or some computer program or something, that's when it comes right back. You know what I mean?
Right.
But you now have to get through all the people who said, well, if I ever get back to what I put in, I'm selling. You know what I mean? Because I remember what it felt like. So, because this is Monday Night Domains, we talk about domains. Domains on a day like today, because we don't have the mark to market every day where you look at your wallet and you go, what are my domains worth based upon what other people are paying? Then on days when the domain industry doesn't have good days, we don't see, hey, your domains were down 20% today. Because we may see one person sold a name for so much, but they may have needed the money or something. So
Yeah.
so we don't have what's called mark to market in domains. You hold any liquid asset. You can't get your money out of it every day like crypto, but hopefully sometime you're going to get more money than you thought. So it's maybe it's good diversification.
But, well, never mind. Well, we got some questions early on. Are we feeling like answering, or do we want to
Sure.
continue with normal programming? More Than SEO wants to know: is there a way we can market to Australia because they now require their citizens to provide social digital ID data, even to use centralized social media?
Yeah, I think that I'll take it to a broader scenario, which is, we're on Restream.io right now. And if Restream.io, to protect their business, they say that you have to wear blue shirts on our video. You have to wear blue shirts. You know what I mean? They control it. So if Australia has a way to get to people, through the social media companies, then you realize that you love social media because it gives you access to all these people. You're like an exhibitionist, you know what I mean? Everyone can see my post, everyone can see my tweets, you know what I mean? Everyone can see me, everyone loves me. And that's the good news. And then the bad news is everyone loves you. But you're operating on someone else's platform. And that's why the power of a domain name is you control the platform. It's like a concert venue where you don't have to pay a bar to have a concert there. You don't have to pay a stadium to have a concert there. You don't have to pay a restaurant, and then you own the website. You can take people's money and show them content on your own website, and you set the rules. So that's what I've always thought the power of domains was.
Right.
Now, a lot of countries, you have to actually show an ID when you register a domain name. And I think that the Web3 domains are a way around that. And what I hate about that is for the people that want it for convenience or freedom, they also have to compete with the people who want it to be bad, for bad things and bad reasons. And this was something that crypto had trouble with early on, the same reason I just want to keep my money away from the government's hands. Someone else may want to keep it away from government's hands because they're selling illegal stuff, So anyway.
I think it's definitely important. It's a hump to get over with anything with Web3. It's getting over we like to have someone held accountable, but that just doesn't happen as much as when Web3, and there's that could be a pro as long as you're spinning it the right way. So,
yeah, and I think that the accountability is in the decentralized nature, but that does make everything public. Like everyone knows who owns a domain name. Everyone knows who buys crypto. Like I was looking at this one coin today that went down like 80%, and I can actually look on the people that were selling it every trade, and I could look and see. I couldn't tell who that person was, but I could see how many times that wallet sold, whether they were selling at a profit or a loss. So there's a lot of information out there about stuff on the blockchain. You know what I mean?
So as much as people think that it's decentralized, so that makes it where no one knows who anything is, you're actually getting more information because you can't just bribe one person to hide something away. Like it's all out there.
And that's why we may end up with hybrids. Someone may say, well, we operate on a decentralized platform, but then there's some aspects of it that we hide, kind of like you could own a domain name. And if someone goes to see who owns the domain name, you can hire a company to give you what's called a privacy address. And all it says is this domain is owned by 1234@privacyprotect.com. Now, if a government agency or the registrar or a network operator needs to contact that person, they can send an email to that address, or they can ask the registrar. But all of us that have domain names get these calls every day from people wanting to sell us a website. And that's actually an inappropriate use of the whois information.
Right.
But they don't police it. And so here's another situation where we have this group ICANN who, because it's not important to them, it's just an inconvenience for us registrants, they just kind of throw up their hands. Well, what do you want us to do? And that's, again, why Web3 happens, because people are like, well, if you're not going to do something, then we're going to create a new way.
Now, we've got a really great question that I think we haven't talked about this in a while. He's got a TLD. What does he do now?
Yeah, good point. So if you have a TLD on Freename, that means that you've bought something like I own .summer, and you own it and you have it in your account so no one else can buy it. So that's the one thing you've done now, is no one else can buy that TLD on Freename. And you can tell anyone out there in the world that you own it. And there's a lot of benefits just to that. You know what I mean? You can start planning your operation. But the next thing you do is you do what's called minting it, which means you associate that domain name that you bought, my case, .summer. I mint it to my wallet. And what that means is if anyone ever needs information about .summer, they can go to my wallet and they see that it's owned by me. And so if I enter into a smart contract or something with that domain name, I have to connect to some type of DApp or something, and they go, well, we can't let you do it unless you own the domain name. How do we know you own it? And you're like, check my wallet, check your wallet. Oh, there it's there. So minting it is the next step, and now you've made that asset digital. And then the next step you can do with Freename is you can do what's called buying the royalties program, which costs $50. But keep an eye out. Sometimes there's coupons for that. And now if you sell people domains in your TLD, like endless.summer or surfing.summer in my case, then you get half the money. Well, you're like, okay, well, do I have to build a shopping cart or what do I have to do? And Freename has actually done this for you. If you click in your account on your name and your account and your domain, you click reseller page, and they've actually set up a page that's a Web 2 page. So you can send people to it from any computer in the world, and they can go there and buy your domains. Freename takes the payment in crypto or PayPal or fiat, and you get half.
So Dad, could we screen share that for a minute and go through like what all you can do on the seller? I call it the Seller Central because we haven't done that in a while, and there's a lot of really good tools on the royalty page that we went over probably 2 months ago. So Justin, I don't know how long you've been watching, but there's some really cool things you can do with your TLD to get it to work. As far as service, it sets it up for you. I don't really know what you're looking for in terms of a setup because the Freename seller service does most of that for you. So I don't know what else you're looking for, but that's just what you're looking for.
And I think at this level, it's kind of interesting with digital assets, Julie. It used to be way back when I was a kid, like companies had levels of management. You know what I mean? They had the office workers, the office mailroom people, the middle management, the president, the CEO, Mm-hmm. And now most digital assets, you're kind of the CEO and you're the mailroom person. But so many decisions require your input because it's your brand. So like this is my Freename. I've logged in, so I'm in my account. And I've clicked here where it says domain list. Can you see that, Julie?
Yep.
So I hit domain list and it comes up with my domains. So it has my names like onchainsummer.solana, maxheadroom.solana, which is one of my favorite characters from the 80s, onchain.summer. So I bought those, but I haven't minted them yet. And so here's one that I have minted, boomer.dgen. So I've minted that on Polygon. So I can now interact with dApps and things like that. And if they say, what domain name do you want to use to build a Web3 website, I connect to my wallet and pick this domain name. But let's go to your question was about TLDs. So I'll go to my TLD list. So here is .summer. And so if I click on manage here, I've got all these things I can do. One, where it says preferences, I can pick that I want it public. People can buy SLDs. And what that means is those are domain names, something to the left of the dot, page.summer. Or I can say private. Only I can buy SLDs on this TLD. Either because I want to control them all, or I'm not ready to sell to the public. I still have to do my pricing, my business plan, and things like that.
Question.
Yeah.
If you have it to where only you can view them, can you still give them to other people? Like, would that be a good option for a company? Like, where you have to buy them, but then you can transfer them to someone else's wallet?
I think so. I think I would have to check it, but if I clicked it to private and then I registered a domain name, And then if I went into my domain list, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to one of my domains and I said manage. And then I said transfer ownership. Then I can put in your crypto wallet address, right?
Yeah.
And your email. So this is where it's kind of like a hybrid. So I'm going to send it to your wallet, but I'm also, oh no, I'm sorry. This email verification is for me to make sure that it's me that wants to transfer it. You know what I mean? Someone
This
hasn't
is all
actually.
happening on Web 2 right now. You're controlling all this on Web 2, right? Or is this on the
That's
Freename?
right. No, that's right. It's on freename.io. So
Okay.
what I don't know, Julie, is if I set it up to be private and then I registered domains and then I transferred them, I'll try to check into that and have that for you next week.
That'd be really cool because that would be a really good use for company intrawebs.
Yeah, and sometimes, like in the crypto world, when people launch new projects, they go look at the most successful NFTs or the most successful crypto. They find the biggest holders and they send them free crypto.
Yeah.
And they're hoping that they're going to look and go, oh, I got some free crypto. I wonder if this project's good. And then they're going to look into the project and then maybe they're going to buy some more. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now, if you're in crypto and you have a wallet and you have mysterious coins coming into your wallet, do not click on them.
Don't
Because
click on
a lot of times they're tied to smart contracts that are like, if you click on this coin, it takes all the money out of your wallet. So I'm talking about the positive part of this, which is one of the ways you can market your TLD is you can send it to people for free. Say, hey, Julie, I got Julie.summer. I sent it to you, play with it. See what you want to do with it, so.
Yeah. But definitely if you're receiving, make sure. So maybe that's a little word of advice. If you are trying to market that way, send out a note or an email or something with the coin. Like, hey, I'm so-and-so. This is real. This is not a scam.
Yeah.
Da, 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 even though that's what scammers would say. Okay. We got another question.
Hold on, let me find my window here. Here's my window. And then I got to find my free. There it is. Okay. So now we're going to go. Let's finish up this one because I want to get to his question. So then.
Moved, I can't see if you've changed things.
Okay. Stop sharing. I go back here and I share.
Yeah, I agree. I think the second question is really good. I don't know the answer to that either, and I would like to.
All right. Can you see it now?
Yes. The my TLDs.
Yep. So now I go to Summer and I click reseller page. So I've set it to public and resell SLDs on Summer. And then you say that you want to activate your reseller page. So once I activate my reseller page, it gives me a link. And this is a Web 2 link. And so look at that, Julie. Did it go?
No, but I wish it did, so I know where it goes and it looks really cool.
I'm going to change this to.
Yeah, I think you can set it up to whenever you share.
I'm going to share my entire screen here. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, that's the button.
All right, so now it should be you, and you're in the infinite. Yeah. How's that?
Beautiful.
So now this page has been built for me, and then I can type in, let's see, surfboards.summer. Actually, if I just put surfboards, I think it's going to assume .summer. Surfboards.summer, $10. Someone can buy that for $10. They click add to cart. They check out with either PayPal or fiat or crypto. They get that domain name. They're surfboards.summer. I get 5 of the $10, and Freename powers all this for me.
That's cool. And just to double check, it's only going to show .summer TLDs on that page, right?
Yep.
Good. Don't want my competitors on my page. Get out.
Now, it'll also give you some suggestions down here for people. You know what I mean? Like people are like, well, I don't know what I want. Well, how about rocketshipbiz.summer or happylife.summer. And some of these you can see have higher prices.
Yeah.
Those are called premium domains. And if
And
you
that's
go
all
back,
customizable on your royalties page.
what?
I said, and that's all customizable on your royalties page, right? Like if to some degree, like which ones are
Right.
priced where, like if you have any certain premium names.
Right. Like right now, I have two of the same numbers, like 33.summer. Freename by default makes the price on those $2,000 because they're rare. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But if I wanted to, I could take the price down to 1,000. Or I could say, I only want to sell these to someone who will pay 4,000, or I want to make them 4,000 because I might want to sell them later. But at least for now, I want to put a lot of the rare stuff really high.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could say, I want to put the rare stuff really low. You know what I mean? So even the price for a regular 8 or more numbers, if you want, you can lower it down to $2.70. And what's interesting about this is I think these make great domain names when people can get their phone number, phone number dot something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I'll set that back there, and you can go for letters. You can go down here, 7 or more. Well, this is mixed characters. Let's see, 8 or more emojis. So you can set the prices for emojis, and then for 10 plus letters, you can go all the way down to $275. And you can announce, domain names and .summer for as low as $275. And so now you're like VeriSign. You're like the company that owns .ioo or .ai or something like that. Now, again, these domains don't work on every computer yet. They only work on some computers. But a lot of times people just want to own the name just because it's cool. And then they know that some of the things are later. Or on your what you usually have another website besides your reseller page where you talk about your domain, and then when people are ready to buy, that's when you send them to the reseller page.
I got you. Cool. Now, did you see his question about setting up a cryptocurrency?
All right. Set up a cryptocurrency.
And then we'll get to more than SEOs. I just want to, while we're on the topic, I want to answer this question.
Yeah, I mean, there's other sites out there that'll let you set up a token if that's what you mean. If you want to set up a TrueName token, I don't want to opine on any of them, but you can. I think that selling a token and selling domain names goes really well together. Personally, Freename is not endorsing that, but I think it's something that works good.
I agree. I thought that's what you were going to talk about with your shark. I thought that's why you brought the shark into the picture.
There you go.
It was giving people their little $2 token to have. Okay, More Than SEO says, also, Unstoppable Domains has a lot of decentralized social media integrations. Is Freename going to integrate with the same or similar decentralized social media apps where SLDs are the identity?
Yeah, I think they have. Let me I'm just going to look here for a second. There used to be a link on it for integrations, and I think they were up to 30 or 40. We'll try to have that link for you next week.
And remind me, what's the Freename forum where like you can give your feedback or things you want to see?
That would be on Telegram, and that's the Freename. Yeah, the Freename chat on Telegram.
Yeah. Not a social media, but still something cool and something to bring up all these things in if you guys are.
There's one called Freename Q&A, and that way you can ask a question, and sometimes it's another person in the community that answers it, and sometimes it's the support team.
Yeah. So, and the more we can get talking, I mean, the more it's hard to know what people want. So, that was cool. All right. Yeah. So, still having some challenges for TLDs as to whether to mint on Base, Solana, or Polygon. For TLDs in particular, any insights which chain for certain? Oh, that's a really good question. Are certain blockchains associated with different purposes?
Yeah, I don't know, but I know it's a good question. I did a show today with WebHash, which is a website builder, and I think they work best if you mint on Polygon. So if you knew that you were buying a Freename domain name and you were going to build a website on WebHash, confirm this with them. But they may say we work best on Polygon right now or Base. They may say, because Solana is a new integration, they didn't. But now if I was launching a token called .summer on Solana, I may want to be able to tell people, and your domains are minted on Solana too, because Solana has a different wallet than MetaMask. You might have something called a Phantom wallet. So I may want to be able to tell people, hey, your domain name and your Solana and your token, your summer token are all in the same wallet on the same blockchain. So I
That's a
think
really
there's
good thing
some,
to think about.
yeah. So I think, I don't know all the permutations, but I think there's going to be some technical benefits, and then there's going to be a perception benefit. And then the reason that Polygon is a great substitute for Ethereum is if every time you wanted to change something about your website, you had to pay Ethereum gas, it would be terrible. And what Polygon does, and this is not a technical explanation, is they basically take a bunch of transactions, put them all together, and send them through Ethereum as one transaction, right? You know what I mean? So it's like you're not paying your own way on Ethereum. It's kind of like taking an Uber share. It's like an Uber share. You know what I mean? And so you don't get to go as fast. You may not control it, but because of that, the gas cost is really, really low on Polygon. So there's a lot of more differences as to what Polygon is versus Ethereum. But that was the biggest one was when they first started building 1W3, which is now WebHash, first started building websites. One of the down things that people could say, oh, Web3 websites, you have to pay gas every time you change them. So they're like, not if you're on Polygon, the gas is like 1 cent, So
yeah, no, I remember that was I remember listening to a podcast with when they were on Web3 about how you mint your website on the blockchain, and that is the only gas you pay. Like once you do that, all your updates are gas free. But since you bring this up, I wonder if as Web3 develops, we're going to see kind of that segregation into different demographics for different blockchains. Kind of like right now you have like Twitter is very sports and business social media. And then you have Instagram, which is a lot of just like creative fashion outlet kind of social media. Then you have TikTok, which is a lot of lifestyle creators. And so I wonder if we're going to see that segregation into different demographics.
Yeah, like Base is kind of from Coinbase, so maybe that's more like Wall Street. So if you were going to build a TLD that's like .Wall Street, you know what I mean, then you may want to think that you're going to appeal to a lot of people with Coinbase wallets. So you may say, as part of my strategic direction, I want to mint on Base, so I can make it really easy for people to have a Coinbase account, then they have a Coinbase wallet, then they can mint their domain name. Now I think you can mint other domain names in your Coinbase wallet, but it's just that narrative that you help out. And when you're dealing with perception and narrative, every little bit helps.
No, 100%. I think that's going to be something really interesting to see as Web3 develops and we get, because right now Web3 is pretty much one community, but I think as it gets more popular, we might see that kind of differentiation into like, okay, these are like creative folks. Oh, these are techie folks. These people just like domains. These people X, Y, and Z. So, yeah.
Hey, before we go, I know we're running up against the end of the hour, but I wanted to go in and look at some of the ones that were registered this week.
Oh, yay! Yeah, we talked about doing that last week.
So what you can do is you can go to freename.io and you can click the who is. And this is a way to find out who owns a TLD. Like if someone bought a domain name on your TLD, you get a message that says someone just purchased a domain name on your TLD. Your royalties have been deposited to your account. So instead of a domain company sending you a bill, in this case, they're saying you have revenue. But so that's the Web3.
You didn't see who bought it, so you can maybe send them like a hey, welcome.
Well, I think that's what we don't have is Web3 email, where if I have your wallet address, Julie, I can send you something. Because I don't know if there's a way for you to know that an email popped into your wallet. But as soon as I say that, there could be someone listening to us now who goes, wait, I can build that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they can make some type of thing where your wallet would give you a notification that says you have a new asset in your wallet with an accompanying note, or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I remember there was a conversation a while ago because they were like, oh, do we really want to do this? Because what if people just spam people's wallets and stuff? But
And so there is a company out there called ETHmail, and you're going to love this idea. This idea was originally floated by Bill Gates 30 years ago.
Oh my word.
Which was the solution to spam is that people should have to pay to send you an email.
Oh yeah, this is what we talked about. This is what I was thinking of.
So there's this thing called ETHmail out there, and I got an ETHmail address, and when I set it up, I could say to send an email to me, you also have to send, $2 to the same address you're sending the email to, which is a wallet. You have to send $2 to that wallet of Ethereum.
Yeah.
And so if you think if you think that the offer is so good that you can spend $2, I'll tell you, I'm more likely to read it.
Dude, I wish that existed with social media DMs. There's my joke for the day.
But someone could write that. But anyway, let's look at what people bought here. Let's see. New Zealand, that's a really good one. Obviously, you're buying a whole country, and the internet, they made all the country use these 2-letter codes like .nz. Yeah. But in this case, you may say, hey, I can own my own .New Zealand for the whole country.
And half the country codes have been rebranded.
Yeah. License plates, divorce, hope. See, now this is the type of one that's .hope. I mean, how can you not be for hope?
I want one. I'll take Julie.hope. Oh, then they're going to think Hope's my middle name now, so maybe not.
Teacher. Birth registry, so people can have their baby born and then create a domain name for their baby.
Can I put my cat on there?
Now look at these country ones here. Argentina, which already has 11 domains. Chile. Colombia. Brazil.
Someone went to town.
Yeah.
I wonder who that was. Someone that had to have been all the same person. Someone's investing in that. They believe in it.
Yeah, and those and then Knight Rider is kind of a brandable, like if you were a fan of the show, or that's just,
It sounds like a really good fantasy book. I'd read that.
Vehicle title, so maybe that's people. You rock, so this is a thing where it's not a word, but it's kind of cool. The rabbit hole. Virtual device, virtual machine. Now these are called word emojis, where people are combining a word with an emoji together.
I wonder if there was any Olympics themed registries.
Yeah, those are hard. I mean, if you're just doing it for a fan site, this is not legal advice. Please consult your counsel. You might be able to get away with it, but the Olympics has like a special global trademark that they're like, we can enforce it against anybody. So they've always been the Olympics and the Red Cross have always had a special status in the ICANN world.
Why does he mean like Simone Biles, gymnastics, medals, like not necessarily trademark things, but things that have to do with the Olympics, red,
and
white.
I think you can get into the most success, achieve, overcome, you know what I mean? Or someone's at the Olympics and they wear a shirt that says, overcome or something, you know what I mean? And then it becomes a thing, you know what I mean? And you're like, oh, I want to own that TLD. With ICANN, you have to wait 2 years, so.
The pommel horse guy.
What did he do?
Oh my gosh, you didn't see the USA men's gymnast? He specializes in pommel horse. He literally does no other event. And so he was sitting on the side. He's a self-proclaimed nerd. He was sitting on the sidelines the whole competition doing a Rubik's Cube. And then came out on pommel horse and secured the bronze for Team USA.
Wow.
The best part was he literally got to the pommel horse, took off his glasses, and then that's his thing. Then he went. It was you should check it out. It's really cool.
Cool. All right, everybody. We'll see y'all next week. Julie, have a great week in domains.
Thanks. I hope everyone has a great week. See you guys same time, same place. Hopefully I'll figure out my internet. I've said that 3 weeks in a row, but everyone